Hello, welcome to the fourth part of the lecture Introduction to Organic Agriculture. This is in the framework of the course Organic Production and Certification. For reminding, you have here the lecture content, and in the red color is the issue that we will discuss in this part. So let's talk about agriculture systems. Agriculture systems differently can be called farming systems. But what are the farming systems? Farming systems are those systems which differ from each other from inputs, processes, and their outputs. Let's see one by one which are the inputs, processes, and outputs. So, inputs we consider money, labor, soil, climate, drainage, seeds, fertilizer, protection and control materials against diseases and pests, and the fuel. So now let's understand what we consider when we want to compare the processes. We compare for the processes that are done in agriculture, like plowing, planting, spraying, harvesting, shearing, milking, in the case of the animal husbandry, and so on. About outputs, as outputs are the production that as a result of use of inputs and processes will have or will take from the agriculture production process. The outputs can be milk, cereals, vegetables, eggs, wool, meat, hay, honey, waste materials, and so on. So everything that goes out as a result, as I said, of inputs and processes that we practice in agriculture. Speaking about agricultural systems, there is not an unified classification. However, mostly they converge with each other. That's why here I'm giving a summary of agricultural systems seen from agricultural cultivation techniques point of view. Here you have a list of 4 agricultural systems: traditional farming, conventional farming, sustainable agriculture, extensive agriculture. See each of them in the further slides. So let's speak about traditional farming. What is traditional farming? Traditional farming includes farming methods before chemicals, high-yielding varieties and machines have been introduced. The literature shows a longer list of the different forms of traditional farming. However, I selected here the 3 most important of them. So we have nomadic herding, pastoralism, shifting cultivation, and livestock ranching. Here you have a photo to illustrate the nomadic farming. But what is nomadic farming or pastoralism? Nomadic farming or pastoralism is a form of pastoralism when livestock are herded in order to find fresh pasture on which they graze. They follow an irregular pattern of movement from one pasture to the other. Here you have another photo to illustrate the nomadic farming or nomadic herding. Shifting agriculture is a system of agriculture where a person uses a piece of land that later will abandon it. Usually this kind of agriculture is coming from forests. So people deforest the forest through firing, for example. They harvest the woods and then can cultivate this land usually for a short time or till it will lose the fertility. So here in this photo you have the example of a forest that is burned in order to be used later for cultivation. Here in this photo we are again see how the forested land now is transformed in a cultivated land in the framework of shifting agriculture. What is ranch farming? In fact, when we speak about ranch farming, we consider that it is a farm that is raising animals. So it is focused in animal husbandry, but differently from other farms. They have huge areas where the animals are grazing. Let's speak about conventional agriculture. Conventional agriculture, there is the agriculture of modern time, of our times. It has or it includes three other systems of agriculture like intensive agriculture, integrated pest management, and smart precision agriculture. What is intensive agriculture? Intensive agriculture is a type of agriculture that started with Green Revolution. It is characterized from monocultures of high-yielding varieties and use of chemicals. Then the integrated pest management, or short IPM, is an improved conventional agriculture which use a reduced amounts of chemicals through prognosis and prevention. And we come to the smart precision agriculture that we'll explain better in the next slides. Here you have poultry farming. Here the hens, as you see, they are very close to each other. They don't go out, and this farm is highly input supplied. It is for sure intensive agriculture. In this photo we have again the example of intensive agriculture characterized from or by monoculture. Here again, in this photo, we have the example of intensive agriculture and the monoculture. Another example of intensive agriculture, where we have monoculture, we have high use of inputs, and in this case, high mechanization, because it allows the big fields and the same plant allows and create the possibility to use mechanization, high mechanization. And here you have the example of spraying in a plantation of intensive agriculture.